Okay, so today we're going to be going over finding words using context clues. So just to quickly go over, if you don't know the meaning of a word, it's good to look at context clues. So context clues are nearby words or phrases that will help you figure out the meaning of an unknown word. So for example, Maureen asked for expedited service for her passport so that she'd have it in time for her trip. So you don't know what expedited means, but from the sentence we can see that she needed her passport at a faster rate because she needed to have it in time for a trip. So we can assume that expedited means hurried or sped up. Next, at the city council meeting, Mr. Harrington lambasted the mayor for refusing to address the city's traffic problem. So clearly, Mr. Harrington is a little bit upset. We can tell by the words refusing. That in here kind of has a negative connotation. It seems like the mayor is not doing something that Mr. Harrington wants him to do. So we can tell that lambasted is negative. Probably means he criticized the mayor, or maybe he verbally attacked him. And then here, nobody understood why Corey decided to move to France. His decision to go there seemed completely arbitrary. So from these lines right here, nobody understood why he decided to move to France. Everyone was confused. His decision seemed to be arbitrary. Since everyone seemed to be confused, we can guess that arbitrary means random, out of the ordinary, something that Corey wouldn't normally do. So if we're looking here, we're looking for the word that means emphasize. During political campaigns, many candidates use advertisements that discuss what's wrong with their opponents. However, University of Missouri professor Bill Benoit has recommended that candidates avoid attacking their opponents' characters. His research suggests that attack ads can backfire in dramatic ways. Benoit instead recommends that politicians accentuate the positive in their advertisements. So just looking at this, take some time amongst yourself, pause the video, think to yourself what word could possibly mean emphasize. Perhaps there's a word in here that you don't know the definition to. Maybe that could mean emphasize. But if we look at the context of the sentences, we look here, Benoit instead recommends that politicians accentuate the positive in their advertisements. So the passage is saying that basically attack ads backfire and they want to show positivity in their advertisements. So the best word to mean emphasize would be accentuate, because we know he wants them to focus on positive. So accentuate, he's saying in their positive, to accentuate the positive in their advertisement. So accentuate is the best word to replace emphasize. Here we have, okay, so I accidentally left the answer to that one bolded, but I just fixed the rest of the slides, so we're going to continue. So here we're looking for the word that means to show by good evidence. So in the passage, it says, the United States government has imposed labeling requirements on manufacturers who sell vitamins and other dietary supplements. The manufacturer must be able to substantiate any claims it makes about the product's benefits with facts or results or scientific studies. The government can take action against a company for making misleading statements. So by looking at the passage, basically the main idea is that the government needs good evidence for claims about products with facts in order to sell that to the public. So this sentence is going to be the one we're going to want to look at, because we're looking for to show by good evidence, and we know that evidence is facts or results or scientific studies. Sorry, I didn't mean to cover it, but if we're looking at here, the one word that could possibly replace a show by good evidence would be substantiate. The manufacturer must be able to substantiate any claims. Also, if we want to replace it, we know what to show by good evidence means. So the manufacturer must be able to show by good evidence any claims it makes about the product's benefits with facts or results or scientific studies. And the answer for this one would be substantiate. Here we're looking for the word that means produced. So just to read through the passage, for most of the 20th century, people with disabilities faced discrimination and were often kept at home. But the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, passed in 1990, has wrought many changes. For example, today more places are accessible to people in wheelchairs, and many people with disabilities have been able to live independently. So the sentence we're going to want to look at here is, The Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, passed in 1990 has wrought many changes. So this is a word you may not know, but if we look at many changes, we can assume that wrought means produced or has caused many changes. So the answer for this one would be wrought. And then, I left this one bolded again, but by accident. But basically, just to read through, we're going to look at lacking social grace. So, what are good manners? Opinions can vary. In days gone by, ladies were warned that revealing too much ankle when lifting their long skirts was gauche. To this day, etiquette books instruct readers on which utensils to use when eating which foods. But the basic principle behind good manners is courtesy. Strive to make other people feel comfortable. We can assume that gauche means lacking social grace because in the sentence preceding, it says, in days gone by, ladies were warned that revealing too much ankle when lifting their skirts was gauche. And the key word here is going to be warned, meaning that it's not a good thing to be revealing too much ankle, so we can assume that that would mean lacking social grace. Okay, and then here, select the word that means included within a larger category. So when exposed to high temperatures and pressure, limestone transforms into marble. Similarly, under the correct conditions, mudstone can become slate. Marble, slate, and quartzite are all subsumed under the term metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are created when other rocks are subjected to intense heat or pressure beneath the Earth's surface. So again, we're looking for a word that means included within a larger category. This sentence, we see marble, slate, and quartzite are all subsumed under the term metamorphic rocks. So even though we may not know what the word subsumed means, the words under the term metamorphic rocks and the labeling of 3 different types of rocks allow us to assume that subsumed probably does mean included within a larger category. Also, if we were to replace subsumed and say marble, slate, and quartzite are all included within a larger category under the term metamorphic rocks, that still makes sense. So a good tool, if you're not sure what the word means and you're not sure if you're correct, is just try replacing the word that you think it means into the sentence, and that'll give you a better idea as to if you're correct. So yeah, that's it for today, and comment down below if you have any other questions.